No one likes to stay at the hospital, especially young children. But thanks to Anna's pals, stays for families at Boston Children's Hospital are made a little easier.
So Anna's Pal tries to make the stay at Children's Hospital more comfortable for the kids and for the families. So they'll help with parking costs for families coming to visit.
We bring pillows and sheets and blankets and toys and games and activities and other fun things for the kids to do while they're in the hospital.
It really helps support everyone through the process and try to make it go as well as it possibly can.
Anna's Pals is a nonprofit organization founded by the family and friends of Anna Jerome, a former student athlete at Boston Latin.
She loved the school. She loved everything it had to offer. She was on the swim team, she was on the track team, she excelled in academics, math being her favorite subject. She just loved everything.
She was definitely very bubbly and always happy, and she could always cheer anybody up no matter what was going on. She was the right person. She knew what to say to everybody at the right time.
At the young age of 14, Anna was diagnosed with AML, an aggressive form of leukemia. After her diagnosis, she began treatments at Children's Hospital.
She gave herself one day to cry about it, and she just said, all right, now we're just going to do this. We're going to do what they tell us so we can get out of here.
Friends and family all pitched in when Anna was being treated, including her Boston Latin School classmate and twin brother, Will, who was a football player for the Boston Latin Wolfpack.
Her guidance counselor, Miss Wong, made sure that Will was in all the same classes as Anna, so his coach would let him be late for practice. He'd leave school, run to Children's, which was across the street, give her homework and her assignments, and bolt back to practice.
But while her kind spirit never wavered, the aggressive leukemia took its toll. On October 2nd, 2014, Anna Jerome passed away at Boston Children's Hospital.
Obviously, after that happens with someone, everybody wants to do something, and we were trying to put our heads together, what can we do?
Right after she passed away, her best friend Maggie came over with just an orange t-shirt that said Anna's Pals on it, and that was just kind of the beginning of it all. We were just like, oh, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a better situation out of what we were dealt.
You know, Anna's Pals just kind of came in, it gave us all a focus. So instead of wandering around aimlessly, it just gave us all some way to focus on something and to be positive about the experience instead of, moping around about Anna. Put her name to good use and think positively of her and share with others how great she was.
Along with Anna's friends and family, Boston Latin School pitched in to help develop their newly formed nonprofit organization.
We just figured that this was the cause that we wanted to rally around. We've done some Coaches versus Cancer things. We've raised money for a variety of nonprofits, a variety of causes, but this one's so close to home that we wanted to hitch our wagons to this one. Girls basketball, girls volleyball, boys and girls lacrosse, you name it, that raise money for Anna's Pals consistently throughout the year, whether it's gate receipts from a game or certain fundraisers that they run, food sales during games.
But perhaps the biggest assist to Anna's Pals came from the Boston Latin football team, who were a natural fit to help the newly found organization.
My first year, Will was senior captain, and one of the things I had said to the team is we're going to look for some community work and find a charity to be involved with, and that was just a natural fit.
The partnership between Anna's Pals and the Boston Latin football program has gone on to become a huge success. The football team's different drives and fundraisers have helped the nonprofit expand their reach of helping patients at Boston Children's Hospital. And the Wolfpack have learned life lessons that reach far beyond the high school football field.
The first year with Will there, we had maybe 5-6 boxes full of candy, so we couldn't lift them up. And then later that year, we did a video game drive, and we collected the games, and then they went and they sold all the games to EB or whatever the name, GameSpot, whatever it is nowadays, and they got a gift card so then they could buy the game that they wanted to fit the system for the kids that are at stay at Children's.
There's teenagers in Children's and they have, little kid games. So unfortunately I bought Call of Duty and those kinds of games for those kids because the older kids wanted to play them and they didn't have them. So that was nice to have that.
It doesn't take a lot from you to really give to someone else and to make someone else's day a little bit better, and I hope they learn that as one of the lessons as we try to build their character and build their sense of community.
In addition to making an impact in the lives of Children's Hospital patients, Boston Latin's football program's participation also made an impact on one of their own.
I didn't realize how kind of much it meant to Will, and I think neither did his mom, until Danny V did an article on him, and it was the first time I guess he really talked about it. And so it meant a lot to his family to hear, wow, we're really hearing his feelings. And it meant a lot to me and us as a coaching staff to see that we could help facilitate this for you, Will, and to have you come to terms as best you can with all this and have a positive outlet for dealing with your loss.
His teammates in the football team really helped Will cope with everything that happened, and his teammates were, he couldn't be home with us, we were too hard for him to deal with, but his football teammates were really what kept him going and gave him some focus.
Now, almost 4 years after Anna's Pals' conception, the nonprofit organization has continued to evolve. Along with its steadfast support of the families at Boston Children's, Anna's Pals has their sights set on a new project that will impact the children they serve for years to come.
Their long-term goal is to raise enough money to form this beach house, to construct from the ground up, basically an immune-safe beach house for these kids with bad respiratory systems, cancer, all those sort of things.
You can't use a public bathroom because of the chemo wipes out your immune system, so you can't be around anything that's not specifically cleaned and designed for the safety of these kids. So Anna's Pals would like to build a beach house for these kids so they can have a place to go, so these families can regroup and revisit each other and really have some quality time together.
So we want to have a beach house that everyone can go to and the families can spend quality time together and make some good memories. It'll really just be great for all the kids and for the community. I feel like everyone will just feel really bound together, and it will feel really great to put our name to good use and not just like say, oh yeah, this, like my sister passed away, but be like, no, we have this whole organization that helps so many kids that were like her.